lot of things. And that is why the young generation is running into a lot of problems. You understand that? So this crowd is for youth. You can see the people older than you that are asking questions. Their questions are to the panelists. But you just stood up and started calling every parent out. That's not respectful. That's number one. It's not respectful at all. Not in this hall. It's a privilege to even come to this hall. Have you been here before? So you don't come and begin to speak out like that. Respect is very, very key. You can do anything you want to do. I remember giving, I work with a lot of youth, giving them opportunities, even giving scholarships. You know what I tell the youth I give scholarship to? They do extra work on the side. I'll give you a case of a boy that I gave scholarship during the time I was in the Senate. The mother sells amala, right? And this boy goes to Lasso. So what he does, at his free time, he sells amala for his friends. And the next time, because every year I will sit with them, then we'll talk about what they've done. Some were doing small jobs. Some were braiding hair. There's nothing wrong in you doing extra job if you want to. I remember my own biological children. I didn't force them to even do masters if they don't want to. I'm a teacher, I'm a trained teacher. So I don't force them. Whatever you want to do comes from within you. It catches your eye. It could be what God wants you to do. You can see Mr. Onokoya that was speaking today, that he looked at the children in his neighborhood. And God has a way of showing us things. So nobody's going to stop you if you want to do anything. But just learn from all those. There's no, you can't cut corners to make it. You have to work really hard. I remember working with a lot of young people when my husband was governor during spelling bee. They are children from Oshodi. There's nothing wrong with your background. There's nothing wrong with poverty. It depends on what you make out of it. I'm not born with silver spoons. My dad didn't even build a house before he died. But he comes home, show us what rich people do, because he works with them and tell us this is the way you eat on the table. Now I'm in the State House. Nobody will teach me that. Do you get that? So don't be resentful to people who have. Okay? What God is showing you that maybe you are going to have later, remember them. Don't forget where you come from. Okay? So nobody's going to stop you from being anything, but learn from all the panelists that are there. It has taken them so much to get there. It takes a lot of hard work, endurance, and dedication. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma.
Don't give me a mic to speak.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We appreciate your caution.
Thank you very much. Her Excellency, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay, we all learn. Thank you very much, my panelists. By the way, the panelists are still around. They're just going to step off the stage, so you can interact with them one-on-one if you do wish to do so after now. Finally, your parting words to Nigerians. Let me start with you. Yes, sorry about that. We're to have 5 questions. We've taken 4 so far. So one more question, the last question.
All right, good evening to members of this noble convergence. Permit me to align by the already established protocol. My name is Oyama Salvation Austin. I'm a student of Government Secondary School, Kwali. So my question goes to the panelists. Now, it is obvious that all our panelists seated here present are academic literates. And it is a known fact that the issue of the decline in academic concern by youths today is becoming alarming. Now, my question is academic prowess the key factor to making a pathway to success? That is my first question. Is academics a key factor to a pathway to success? And secondly, one of the panelists cited a scenario where he noticed the rate of cybercrime, the rate of criminals in his neighborhood, and it stemmed his desire to contribute his quota to the development of his society. Now, as a youth, how can we contribute our own quota in ameliorating the crime rates in the country? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think all the members of the panelists should just take a go at this. Starting with you.
Thank you very much. I wouldn't say academic prowess is the only way, because sometimes to achieve that you need the opportunity to, and it's not everybody that has the opportunity to achieve an education. If you find yourself not achieving an education, there are other avenues at which you can do something you love and still have money from that. You should look within yourself what you are good at, then select an aim and maintain that. That's the number one principle of war. You select what you want and you work towards it. Be disciplined and be committed to that. And your second question, what was the second question again?
How can the youth contribute their own quota?
How can the youth? There are different ways. I'm going to talk from the military point of view. I'm in the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps. So youth can be engaged in the military by carrying out community engagements, gathering intelligence for the army. You can do that and still contribute your quota to the Nigerian military.
Thank you very much. Tunde Onafaya.
All right, so very quickly, the first question, academic prowess. If you're talking about going to a university certificate, I can tell you that in a couple of years, that would be almost irrelevant. So don't be too fixated on it. But what is important that you cannot do without is education. And education extends, broadly beyond the four walls of a classroom, right? Just with your mobile phone and an internet connection, you can learn how to build a plane. I'm not kidding you. You can learn anything in the world. And this is something you have to understand as young people. The world is changing. The world is evolving very rapidly, right? The number one skill that would always be relevant is just being curious enough to learn something. Understand the direction in which the world is moving in, and just zeroing in on one thing that you know will be relevant in that future. That thing is not going to be just acquirable in the four walls of a classroom. I can tell you this for a fact. I've never used my certificate. I don't even know where it is anymore. But I have the capacity for thought. And that is what real education is. The capacity for independent thought, for critical thinking, for problem solving. And when you have this capacity, wherever you go in the world, whatever you decide to do, you would always be valuable to society. The second question, about 2 years ago, me and my Oga E, we started funding a project in Ikorodu to build like a parallel culture to this internet scam culture. The internet scam culture is terrible. The real consequence of it is that it is ruining our reputation globally. But another even more insidious one is that we're losing so many young minds that have a lot of will, but they think doing internet scam is the only way for them to put those minds to effective use. So we are losing them to something that they may never be able to come back from. So what we started doing was that we started funding a project to create a parallel culture to that, right? And now a lot of those young people, if you see them, my goodness, right? It is a disservice to yourself that you have the sound mind and you're using it to do scam when you can use it to build solutions like Andela, like Florida Wave that will change the world. So I say this to you as a young person. You don't have to do anything. Just be good news from Nigeria. The more good news we have, it will drown out the bad news of our single story. I am good news from Nigeria, and millions of people around the world know Nigeria in good light because of me, and I'm just one person, because of people like E, because of people like Paystar, because of all these incredible people that are putting Nigeria in good light. So if you make a decision to do that, then you're changing a narrative. And that is how we challenge the single story forever.
Very much. Hawa?
So, for me, I don't think you need academic prowess to make it in life. There are other options like creativity. There's so many people now that are very creative with their hands and skills, and they're not as intelligent in school. I, for one, I did law school twice. My first attempt at law school, I had a conditional pass. I did my second attempt at law school. And that's why I told myself, you know what, I think this creativity thing is for me. So when I ventured into the creative side, I realized I was better at this, and I wish I didn't even have to study law in the first place. That's why I said people should explore things like polytechnic, places where they can do, where they can get technical skills, where they can learn things that they already have a passion for, because I don't think education is the way forward now. Okay, so now there's education and there's academic prowess. Go to school and be educated so that you can communicate with people, but not necessarily that you go to school and you have a first class and you have a guarantee that you're going to make it in life. No. So the second question, you said, how can the youth
contribute their quota
to the society? For me, I would say, as a person, as a Nigerian, as a youth, you should always have value at every point in time. Because I know many times we want to employ, people send their CVs, hundreds of CVs, you go through all of these CVs, none of them have value. And you're wondering, that is it because you went to the university, you graduated with a first class, you can't even write a good cover letter. You have no skills for me to want to employ. You're not employable, so why am I employing you? So I believe Nigerian youth should look inward and work more on themselves to have skills. I mean, there are 1 month courses, 2 month courses. Like he said, you can go through the internet and absolutely learn anything and get a certificate that makes you employable in the job market.
Thank you very much.
I think academic prowess in a different world used to indicate that somebody had 3 things. The person had a love of learning, the person had a sense of purpose, and the person had a passion for creating value. In a changing world, the definition of academic prowess is also, or the evidence of prowess in general is changing, right? And I think that's what a lot of the panelists are referring to. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't do well in your academics. I think that's a good idea. But I think you should have a desire to be the best in the world at something. Have a desire to be the best in the world at something. My friend Tunde is inarguably one of the best chess players in the country and definitely around the world. And you have to start young, right? You have to start young. You have to determine in your heart, I'm going to be the best in the world at this thing, and then pursue it relentlessly. With respect to what can young people do to contribute to their community? I think the most important thing is be a good influence. Be a good influence. A lot of young people think being bad is cool, but you're just wasting your time, because when you leave that environment, what society recognizes are people who create value. And you have a lot of practice when you're a young person at being that kind of person. I'm sure if you talk to Tunde, you talk to myself, talk to people here, we didn't start on this path of the character and success that we've been on after we graduated from university, right? We were probably, at least I can speak for myself, I was this person from as early as 10, right? Trying to do well in school, trying to be useful, trying to contribute to society. Now it's habits. And because it's habit, it's now become success. So don't waste your time trying to be a bad guy in school, then hope that when you leave school, you somehow become the guy everybody celebrates. Set the stage for your future now, especially those in secondary school, by being a person of good influence. Especially with social media, you think that you're being a bad guy, somebody's recording you, and it messes up your future. So just make a determination in your heart. Say, look, I'm going to be a person of good influence. I'm going to be somebody that creates value. I don't care what other people want to do, but for me, and making a decision so that in 10 years you're the one, or in 20 years you're the one that's on this panel, right? That's what I want to encourage you to do.
Thank you very much. And I dare say that's a fine place to end this very interesting, interactive, and impactful panel. Thank you very much, Aboyeji, Awa. Thank you very much, Tunde, and Second Lieutenant Princess Owo. Thank you so much. MC.
Let's put our hands together once again for these dynamic, innovative Nigerian youths. Your Excellency, the Distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON. I had goose pimples listening to their stories. Thank you very much for making this happen, Your Excellency. These are very dynamic brands. The young men and women who are making Nigeria proud. Who says nothing good can't come from Nigeria? Your Excellency.
Thank you. Can we all be seated? Can we all celebrate all our panelists today? Today we are celebrating all our youth, and we can't really bring everyone in here. But when both myself and the wife of the Vice President, we sat down to plan this day, we are so glad that we have all of you here, and we celebrate you. And I don't think I had more to add, but we have a little certificates for you to present, and I'll crave your indulgence that maybe at the end of it, can you stay? Maybe some of them will have questions one-on-one. Would you be able to do that for us? So we the old people can retire, but they'll be here, they will stay here, and then you can have questions. I wanted our young crowd to also share in this experience. I hope you've gained a lot. So for me, stay in school, finish school, because we're in a developing country, and we'll get there. Stay in school. I'm a teacher by profession. So that's why stay in school and get some education. Then you will have more options. Okay? You have more options. You can leave this and go on to, you can see Hawa, she's multitasking. But if you didn't have that education, you don't have to come out. My niece was telling me she wanted to drop out of school. Can you imagine? You know, it was internet deceiving her. And I said, please just finish the first degree. Even if you come out with pass, I'm all right. A graduate is a graduate. Going through, get the certificate, even if it is pass, because it will be able to give you the opportunity to have options. Without education, I'll tell you, you won't have any option. You know, you just dally from one to the other. You say they should pick up the tablets. They will pick up the wrong things. But education will give you options. So I'm not here to be your lecturer, so please pardon me. But we have certificates for you. And to say a very, very big thank you. So we'll be presenting. You are going to be calling out the names. We'll stand
Your Excellency, I have here Second Lieutenant Princess Oluchuku Owowo. Next in line is Mr. Tunde Onakoya. And now, our Shakir. Your Excellency, Mr. Inyolua Aboyeji. And I have here for the moderator, Your Excellency,
I'm doing the MCing. Our next solo act, I remember when, thank you very much. Give them a hand, please. An old woman is here. Thank you very much. Our next solo act, can we be seated, please? Our next solo act was supposed to perform in the beginning. You can see that I was a little bit, flustered a bit, but he's here. So his song was supposed to lead us to the panel discussion. But, God has a way of arranging things. So I think God has a way of arranging things. Fatima Nije, that sang, performed for us during the campaign. And I've not seen her ever since. So I know you didn't want to dance. She has such a very beautiful, beautiful voice. Can we give her a hand, please? Thank you so much, Fatima. So our next solo act will be performing, but it wasn't for me, it was to kick off the panel discussion. But God has a way of arranging things, and I please you introduce him, and then I'll come.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not meant for me to do my speech, but God has a way of arranging.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Indeed, you make a wonderful MC, ma. God bless you. Let's put our hands together for Her Excellency, distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu CON, our mother. Let me welcome Timi Dakolo, a celebrated Nigerian musician, renowned for his soulful voice and heartfelt lyrics. It resonates with audience across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, Timi Dakolo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Your Excellency. If you still believe in Nigeria, let me see your hands up. The best time to believe is now. We're all that we have. In all honesty, nobody is coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. You and I, we're a great nation.
As a people with one song and one voice, we're a nation undivided and poised. We will take a stand and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. See, here we are as a people with one heart and for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. We're freedom, rights, and truth prevails our land, where there's hope for us all. In our land, where there's hope for you and I. We'll defend our land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We're all we have. We'll defend our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we'll shine like the sun. We're a great nation. See, though we are many people, different tribes and different tongues, we're united in our strength and resolve to uphold the honor of and our land, and for generations to come. said, and for generations to come. We will defend our land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We'll defend our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we'll shine like the sun. We're a great nation. How many true Nigerians do we have in this building, people? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. We'll defend our land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. Can somebody say, we'll defend? So we believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we will shine like the sun from the north, south, east, and west. Somebody say, we'll defend. So we believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds. We are all we have. We'll defend. So we believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we will shine like the sun. Every Nigerian hear this. Nigeria hear this. What a great nation. So emancipate yourself from mental slavery. See, none but ourselves can free our minds. We should have no fear for atomic energy, cause none of them can stop the times. How long shall they kill our people? See, once we stand aside and look, some say it's just about our life, but we've got to fulfill this boots. So won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever heard. God bless you. God bless you.
Need I say more? Need I say more? Great Nigeria. Great Nigerians. Thank you. Please be seated. Please join me as I humbly welcome a remarkable woman, a relentless champion for the underprivileged, Her Excellency, Distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our mother.
Thank you very much. Can we be seated, please? The the wife of the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Her Excellency Hajia Nana Shetima, wife of the Senate President, Her Excellency Mrs. Ekaite Akpabio, wife of the Speaker, House of Representatives, Hajia Fatima Tajuddin Habas, wife of the Deputy Senate President, Hajia Leila Barao, Honorable Minister of Youth Development, Honorable Dr. Jamila Bio Ibrahim, Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development, Barrister Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, Honorable Minister of Tourism, Mrs. Lola Adejan, Minister of State, Federal Capital Territory, Mrs. Maria Mahmoud Bonkure, APC zonal and state youth leaders, including FCT, our panelists, Second Lieutenant Princess Oluchukwu Owowo, Inyoluwa Aboyeji, Tunde Onokoya, Hawa Shakir, my dear youths, and we have DG Nidda here, Malam Kachufu, and his colleague, I didn't get the name, is also another DG. We have several CEOs of various agencies that are here. Can you all be standing so that they will know that we have a lot of youth CEOs that are in the house? Thank you so much for representing the youth. God bless you. Our dear youths here present, our great Nigerian youth, are you here? Great Nigerian youth? I know my husband knows how to really hail you. But since my university days, I don't do all those aluta continua. So you pardon me. Great Nigerian youths. God bless you. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. And we have the wives of our service chiefs here. Some of them also in the Youth League. Wives of senators that are in the Youth League. Wives of honorable members, and also wives of ministers that are also youth like us. You see that I'm in my youth garb today. It gives me great pleasure. I hope you enjoyed Timmy's song, my first time of meeting him, and I'll leave my testimony for another day. But that was a very, very soulful song. Very, very soulful song, and I pray that his prayer for Nigeria one day will really shine, you know, like stars and sun. You didn't say amen? And the day is very soon, because we'll soon get to our El Dorado. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the State House today as we celebrate the first anniversary of the administration of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. And it gladdens my heart to see a room full of youth, our youth, vibrant, full of energy and eager to make a difference. Yesterday we celebrated our women, the mothers of the nation. I must say that it is only appropriate that we also celebrate and honor the achievements of our youth and draw lessons from your experiences to inspire others. The theme of today's event, Becoming Pathway to Success. We chose that, both I and Mrs. Shetima, when we were just brainstorming, because all of us here, we are becoming. We are not where we want to be yet. So it's always very good to start, and never too late for you to start anywhere. This theme is apt and captures the very essence of why we are here. From what has been shared so far, you all have demonstrated the importance of purpose, passion, determination, resilience, and shown to us what is possible. I must say your stories are truly inspiring. From Tunde Onokoya, who has dared to make a difference by unlocking the potentials of many of our vulnerable children through the game of chess, and even going on to break the Guinness World Record for the longest marathon chess game, with the proceeds going to charitable causes. I say well done. To our second lieutenant, Princess Oluchukwu Owowo, who has shattered barriers and soared to become the first Nigerian woman commissioned from the prestigious Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst. Not only did you make history, but you also emerged as the most outstanding cadet among your peers. Princess Owowo, you are an inspiration to so many young girls. You have proven that dedication, hard work, and talent pave the way for greatness, regardless of gender. And to crown it all, you epitomize beauty and brains. To our budding fashion designer, Hawa, whose creativity and passion shines through, combining so many: wife, career, mother. I doff my hat. To Inyolua, who has contributed to Africa's innovation and investment landscape, and other tech gurus and innovators whose efforts continues to shape our country and the continent for good. I celebrate you all. To our young people who are here and have listened to their stories, I hope you all have been inspired as you all journey to becoming. In the words of Barack Obama, I quote, "The future belongs to young people with an education." Did you hear that? "And the imagination to create," unquote. Indeed, our youth have not only demonstrated exceptional creativity and innovation, but also their commitment to building a better Nigeria for all. It is noteworthy that the administration of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has been exceptionally youth-friendly. The administration has demonstrated commitment to youth inclusion in empowerment and governance. This is evident in the unprecedented appointment of young leaders as ministers, heads of agencies and parastatals, as well as the full implementation of the Student Loan Access to Higher Education Act. 1,200,000 students will benefit from the first phase of the program, which commenced on 24th May 2024. In my own capacity, I will continue to support and encourage you all, particularly through our efforts at the Renewed Hope Initiative, which is geared towards complementing the efforts of Mr. President in the areas of education, agriculture, social investment, and economic empowerment. We will continue to do our best to provide an enabling environment to foster and support you as active participants in national development and in rewriting Nigeria's story for good. I urge us to keep believing in Nigeria. By the grace of God, we will witness the rebirth of a new nation that will take its rightful place among the committee of nations. I thank you all for coming, and I wish you safe travels to your respective destinations. God bless you all. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And before I take my seat, I just want to run two things by you. The first one, who would like 20 million naira? What about 25 million? Okay, we have two slots. The first one is every home a garden competition. The theme is food on every table. It's only open to women, first-time farmers, Just, they have garden that they call smart garden, even at the back of your house. I'm trying to grow one now. Mrs. Shetima is doing that. Mrs. Akpabio sent me pictures of 3 potted plants. And she told me the vegetables, and they look so green and organic for that matter. Very healthy. So we'll be, the advert is running on NTA. So watch. We'll be taking the winner by December. The second one is the hashtag Unity Fabric competition. And I think how you have some young people who are doing textile designs. We don't, and that the price for the Every Home a Garden is 20 million for the winner. I don't do second prize, third prize. It's the best. America, where we learn from, they don't do second best. You either be the best or you are nobody. So, but I'm pushing that even as an educationist to really strive. I've tried it in most competitions and it has really yielded good fruits. Hashtag Unity Fabric competition, 25 million. We're going to be showcasing that in October 1st, by the grace of God. We have some entries, very few. In a country of 200 million people, we have less than 40 entries. This is just free 20 million. Are you all going to try? 25 million actually. Are you all going to try? It's better than social media. God bless you.
Let's appreciate our mother, Her Excellency, Distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu. Thank you, Ma. God bless you for all that you are doing for Nigerian women and Nigerian youths. We thank you immensely. Today's event resonates with me, Ma. Next will be cutting of the cake, and I humbly invite Her Excellency Hajia Nana Shetima to do us the honor of cutting the first anniversary cake. Ma? First Lady and Her Excellency, the wife of the First Lady and the wife of the Vice President, and all the and all the members of the front table. Thank you. The First Lady and members seated on the front row. We will cut the cake at the expiration of spelling the name of our country, Nigeria.